All right, guys, this is probably the last I'm going to talk about it, the arrest that I had. But I just wanted to use this video here as closure to, just closure, I guess. And I'm going to show you guys exactly, well, I'm going to walk you from A to Z on this and kind of show you why this was a bogus accusation by the deputy to begin with. Kind of show you some things. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I will say I'm going to put a link to 2 videos in the description box below. One will be the initial contact where the deputy was screaming at me unprovoked. I didn't know what the hell he was yelling for or yelling about. And then the second video goes to like an explanation of the whole thing. This is closure. Once you get done watching this, you'll understand a lot more of what I'm trying to say here. This is the arrest. I was first accused of jaywalking. Then I was arrested for resisting. I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, guys, there was a single vehicle car accident on Outer Highway 10 back here by 16th Street. We're going to go up there in a minute. Before we get there, this is Outer Highway 10 and Live Oak Canyon Road, which becomes Oak Glen at the light up there. In one video you might hear me say Oak Glen, Live Oak Canyon. That's the intersecting right there. It becomes Oak Glen past that light up there. As you see, there's a crosswalk here. This is the only crosswalk in this on the Outer Highway 10. There's no other crosswalks on this highway here that goes around the curves up here, and I'll take you on that in a sec. Put my camera on my mounted gimbal, see if I can, and I'll show you the distance. But this here is the only crosswalk on Outer Highway 10. The only crosswalk you'll find. You drive this entire Outer Highway 10 all the way to the end where it dead ends way down on the other side of Yucaipa Boulevard. You will only find this crosswalk here. But I was charged with accused of jaywalking. I'm going to show you what's going on. Okay, guys, so we're turning around here. And I got it mounted here. This is the distance. We just left the crosswalk that I showed you. This is how far the deputy expected me to walk to cross at the crosswalk. And I'm going 30 miles an hour. Give you a little bit of perspective how far it is. 30 miles an hour still. CVC 21995 says where there are 2 adjacent intersections with traffic control devices, you may cross nowhere other than a crosswalk. Doesn't look like we have an adjacent intersection to that one back there. It looks like it's around a couple of curves and way up the road. And as they told me, well, we can't remember every vehicle. Then you need to look it up if you're going to be out here enforcing the law. So I'm going to park here legally and we're going to walk up there. Hit my 4 ways. There's nobody behind me, so I'm okay to drive slow right second. Okay, let me get my camera off of here. Now where this fence is down, is where the, I waved at that guy. Where the fence is down is where she went through with her car. She went through that fence right there. There was a tow truck and an emergency vehicle. Well, the police car and the tow truck were up here. So I'm going to show you something. And I'm going to cross again here to prove a point. I had parked on the other side of the bridge here legally, legally parked against the curb. And I had walked across the bridge to here. Now we're going to cross here. This is legal. Make sure that car goes by. This is legal to cross here. There's no crosswalk. Crosswalk's a mile away. We just drove from it. So here I stopped in the video. If you watch the video, I looked, I crossed. This is legal. Because if these people want to walk to the market back there on the other side of the bridge, what, are they supposed to walk a mile down to the crosswalk, cross and walk back this way? No, I don't think the law was written that way. That's just ludicrous. Okay, they cross at the corner here. Now as I come up, you'll see that there are police cars here. There's an ambulance down here. I filmed, blah, blah, blah. I filmed from down there. And I was gonna cross again as the tow truck was coming. I don't remember if the tow truck was here yet or not, but there's police cars here. I don't remember if I think the ambulance had already taken off. There was a police car and a tow truck here, right across from the corner here. Tow truck and a police car. So the police car was, I don't know, right about in here somewhere. So I crossed right here. This is where I crossed at. Right here. So I'm standing here filming them get in the car. The deputy walks over here and starts asking for my ID, which I didn't have. I didn't carry my driver's license on me. I just don't. It's a habit. Why? Because cops always want to ask for your fucking driver's license. Well, when I'm walking, I'm not driving. So I said, I don't have it. And I didn't have it. I didn't have my driver's license on me. He said, I said your ID. You know, and I thought, well, I don't have my California driver's license ID on me. It was in my car. But anyway, he starts asking me for my information. I gave him my name 4 times. I counted it last night when I watched the video again. 4 times I said my last name to him. He already knows my name because he knows me on Facebook. And if he says he doesn't, he's lying. So I gave my name 4 times. Now the mandatory requirement to ID in the state of California doesn't say you have to spell your name. It says you have to give your name and date of birth. If you have your ID or license, you can give that. I didn't have my license on me. I gave my name and I said my date of birth, 10/21/66, and he went 10/21/66, and he started writing. Again, 10/21/66, 10/21/66, and he started writing. But then later he tells dispatch he's refusing to give me his information, and then he says he's refusing to give me his date of birth. Then he says, I'll arrest you for not giving me your information. Well, I gave you my name 4 times, I said my date of birth, and you said 10/21/66 as you wrote. So he went ahead and arrested me for resisting by not giving my information that I gave him, and he repeated. You don't have to spell your name. You give your name and your date of birth. I did that. That's probably why the charges have not been filed. And if the DA or anybody in the Sheriff's Department watches this video, know that if you do decide to file charges, I'm explaining now why there was no jaywalking and there was no resisting. I gave my name and date of birth. You see that in the videos. I put both videos in the description box below, both links. But this is, as you see, I'm going to switch camera view again. So this is the corner here where we were at. You saw us drive up this way, so you know how far that crosswalk is. If you go up this way, you go across the boulevard. There's no crosswalks on the rest of this outer highway. There is not one crosswalk you will find if you drive the length of this highway. But yet the officer said I was jaywalking because I crossed the highway here at the corner. I couldn't cross exactly at the corner because there was a police car and a tow truck here. The officer was pissed off because I recorded him on May 15th yelling at me, and I put that video up on the internet. That's why he was pissed off. He said, now I'm going to get him for jaywalking. Watch this. There was a bogus charge. I didn't break the law. He charged a law-abiding citizen with a crime that had not occurred, and then arrested me for another crime that had not occurred because I gave my name and date of birth. He didn't want to accept that because he wanted to arrest me. He wanted to push it and piss me off so that he could arrest me. That's what he wanted to do. So thank you to the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office for not filing charges, because I'm sure you know no crimes were committed. So if you had pressed charges and took me to court, we would have had to fight it out. I would have won because no crimes were committed. You guys know this. They're lawyers. The district attorney's office are attorneys. They're lawyers. They understand the law. Probably as good as, better than I do. Of course, they've been to law school, but better than that deputy. This is closure to it. This is the last you're going to hear of it. There you go, guys, unless an update occurs or something happens, we have to go forward. And at that point, once I do win the case because no crimes occurred, I'll just have to file a lawsuit for unlawful prosecution, unlawful arrest, harassment, libel, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Hate to do that, but if they force my hand, we'll just have to file a lawsuit. I don't think we'll have to do that though, because I think the district attorney's office has figured out, you know what, there was no crime. Thanks guys, News Now Yucaipa, keeping you guys up to date on everything. Again, this is closure, so you shouldn't hear any more about it.